once I signed up for the service, it's unbelievable. I was not paying a dime more as far as advertising goes. My lead counts were, I couldn't keep up with them. I have some agents call me occasionally from around the country asking me about your service. And when they call, they tell me they're a website company from what I can understand, or they are a lead generation company, and I have to go back and explain to them, no, they're not. The focus is on lead capture, and then we go from there. Of course, I sing your praises from there because it's been a wonderful service for my business.
As I mentioned before, having the best technology in the world, having an endless supply of inbound customers won't help you at all if you don't have the basic skills needed to turn those opportunities into closed transactions. And that's where the human element comes in. I believe that there are several fundamental things which a realtor must have if he's going to become a master listing agent. Just as the technology is crucial to success, so are these basic human factors. First, let's talk about education. In this series, I've given you some very specific things to learn that will make you the best agent for the job. Let's be honest here. Most of us haven't done a lot of studying since we left school. And the temptation is to try to get by without having to do the work. I know that. But that's all the more reason to make yourself do it. Average agents won't. You want to be a top agent. I'm going to make a confession here. I don't really like to study either. But that's what gives me an advantage. I know my peers will never crack a book, while I read about 2 books a week. Do I do it because I like to read? No. I do it because I need to continue to push myself to become all that I can become. If I'm to become the top listing agent in my market, if I really want to be the best, then I have to make myself do those things that I really don't want to do. Remember how your mom used to make you eat spinach? Well, I'm telling you, eat your spinach. I know it's a hassle to do the market research required to become a top agent, but this is your career. I promise you that there are agents calling me every day asking for help because they really want to go to the next level. Those who put in the work invariably succeed. Those who don't, won't. They won't become top agents. It's as simple as that. Winners make it happen and losers make excuses. It's all about you. Do you really want this? If you do, I'm absolutely convinced that you can achieve it. The other human factor is your governing values or your personal philosophy. Now, it's not my desire to be preachy here, but I believe that out of your inner self flow the issues of life. We influence our own success or failure by how we bring ourselves to the process. And I believe that the value system we use to govern our business has a direct impact on the outcome of our lives. And I believe that there are 10 principles that we can follow to ensure our success. Okay, principle number 1, the principle of vision. I believe the most important principle is vision. By this I mean being able to see that which is not as though it were. I believe that we're made in the image of a creative God, and as such, inherently we're creative by nature. And it's that creativity that gives us the opportunity to build something truly phenomenal. Most of us don't take the time to allow a clear vision to be formed in our hearts. But the more detailed our vision, the greater our chances of achieving it. The Scripture teaches that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So allow yourself to develop a vision for what could be and take the time to see it clearly in your mind's eye. Okay, the principle of confession, number 2. Taking our vision and beginning to articulate it is the key to bringing it into reality. Just as God's instrument of action in creating the world was speaking. Remember, He said, "Let there be light." The way that we transfer vision to reality is by speaking it. I never miss an opportunity to share my vision with people around me. Every time I get a chance, I articulate it to employees, to agents, to recruiting prospects, and to peers. Now, why is confession so important? Because our subconscious mind believes what it hears. That's another reason to be careful what you're listening to. If there are negative people around you, people who tell you that you can't do something, it's important that you don't let them know, or it's important that you let them know that you don't want to hear their negativity. If you must, find somebody else to spend time with. You alone control what your subconscious mind listens to, so make the message a good one. Principle number 3, the principle of reciprocity, or sowing and reaping. We've all heard the old adage that what goes around comes around. It's true. Scripture teaches us that whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap. In other words, give and it'll be given to you. This principle has two aspects. First, the aspect of quantity. To the degree that you give, to that same degree you'll receive. He that soweth sparingly will reap sparingly. The more you do to help others, the more your kindness and generosity will come back to you. Giving abundantly is the key to success. I know of lots of agents who never volunteer at their local association, that never take the time to help a new agent, who never help those in need. What a shame. The second aspect is kind. You'll reap in kind with your sowing. If you plant apples, don't expect to grow bananas. If you want to reap success, you need to sow success to those around you. If you'd like to receive happiness, then make sure that you don't sow seeds of ugliness for those around you. Whatever seeds you plant will ultimately come up. Make sure you're planting the right seeds. Principle number 4, the principle of greatness. If we want to be great, we must be servants. The way up is down. This is contrary, I know, to traditional wisdom that teaches us that if we want to get ahead, we must put down the competition. In fact, I marvel at the crab bucket mentality that is so pervasive in the agent community. Many would rather pull someone else down than actually see what they can learn from a competitor. How tragic. If you want to be great, serve those around you. Principle number 5, the principle of leverage. 2 are better than 1. You can create leverage through synergy. Team building is an example of this principle. By enlisting the help of others, we can build something much bigger than ourselves. In fact, we can build a whole that's greater than the sum of the parts. So don't be afraid to work with other people. Often, that's the key to going to the very next level. Principle number 6, the principle of stewardship. If we're faithful in the little things, we'll be entrusted with bigger things. If we waste the resources that we've been given, we shouldn't be surprised that we lack the resources we need to grow when opportunities come our way. I know of many agents who have all the toys, own a huge house, drive the most prestigious car, and yet live from deal to deal. Again, what a tragedy. Number 7, the principle of responsibility. To whom much is given, much will be required. God holds us accountable for that which He's entrusted to us. If you've been given success, you have the opportunity and the responsibility to use it wisely. Now, this principle is related to the principle of stewardship that we just talked about, but it's different. One is the flip side of the other. Stewardship is the key to getting success. Responsibility is the burden of that success. Okay, principle number 8, the principle of perseverance. We must endure trials and hardships in order to succeed. There's a refinement of character that comes from perseverance. Show me a successful person, and I'll show you someone who's gone through many personal trials. And when those trials come your way, learn to see them as an opportunity to persevere. I know that in my life, nearly every time I feel as if the situation is so bad that I can't possibly endure it, I hold on anyway. Invariably, the solution to my problem comes right after I'm the most tempted to give up. Okay, number 9, the principle of thankfulness. Nothing's less attractive than a whiner and griper. Nobody wants to be around that kind of person. Well, there's a principle that thankfulness is attractive. Of course, when everything is going well, it's easy to be thankful. But if you find yourself in a tight spot, determine ahead of time to be thankful anyways. Lack plus thankfulness equals sufficiency. I personally believe that this is the mechanism that demonstrates to God that we truly trust Him. If we're thankful, regardless of our situation, we attract other people to come along and help us. Finally, number 10, the principle of rest. Now, the more talented you are, the more you'll be tempted to force things. And while forcing things often provides a solution, it rarely provides the best solution. So if you feel pressured to make a decision, don't make one. Bite your tongue. Say, no thanks. Often the best action is no action. Rather, simply wait patiently for the right solution to emerge from the quietness. So, there you have the entire listing presentation that's made me one of the top listing agents in the country and has earned my clients and me lots of money. Now you have the big picture, from the technology tools to the actual presentation to the underlying philosophy that's been responsible for my success. Hopefully you can see that this is not simply a listing presentation to memorize. It's a way of doing business. And I hope that you'll try it if you're looking to improve your business. I know that over the last few years, we've had hundreds of other agents who've decided that this approach could provide a missing ingredient in their practices. Many have gone on to grow as fast or even faster than I did. We have quite a few agents who've grown so fast that they've had to recruit additional agents. And we've had others that have grown their personal production while taking more time for other activities. But one thing is certain, every single agent who's actually tried to do what we've taught him has experienced some degree of success. The fact is that this approach works everywhere. So call us today at 800-708-7705 extension 7600 and we can help you find the technology, or we'll help you with any part of the listing presentation. Again, that number is 800-708-7705 extension 7600. Our LCM Gateway may be the right solution for you, and if it's not, we're happy to help you either way. Well, now you have the secrets that have allowed me to list 114 homes in a single year, all at 8% or more. Now you know exactly how I've grown from a single agent practice to the owner of the largest brokerage in our market, all in 3 short years. It wasn't magic. It wasn't luck. I didn't do anything that you can't do if you decide you want to do it. So the ball's in your court. Will you decide to go for it? I hope you will. Feel free to go back and watch the sessions again and again at your convenience. If you take time to study what I've shown you, and then more importantly, to apply it, your real estate business will never be the same again. If you'd like to know more about our company or about me, call us again, toll free, 800-708-7705 extension 7600, or feel free to visit our website at www.favoriteagent.com. We're happy to help you become a top listing agent. It's my greatest honor to be able to play a small part in your success.